I'm going to show you how to make this intertwined text donut here in Illustrator and Photoshop. Let's start in Illustrator, select the type tool and type in whatever you want. At the end, add space, 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 press Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then Ctrl V. Ctrl V again. There you go, got 4 copies. And I'm gonna go with the Schwitzer font, Schwitzer bold. By the way, this is a free font you can download. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Right click on the text, create outline, and I'm gonna press and hold Alt, create a new copy, and I'm gonna pull it somewhere here. Select both, press and hold Alt, drag it down, also press Shift to isolate, make sure to intersect, press Ctrl D a couple of times, and I'm gonna select the direct selection tool, select the letters which are outside, and I'm gonna press delete, delete again, do the same thing on the right side, delete, delete. Select all, right click, group, and repaint it to white. Let's go to the symbols. If you don't have it, you can go to Windows and select the symbols. Drag and drop the text pattern into the symbols, click OK, delete the pattern. Now I'm gonna go with the black color and select the ellipse, press and hold Shift, create an ellipse. And let's go to the effects, 3D and materials, 3D classics, and select revolve. Great. Now I'm going to start repositioning it and also increase the offset to have a bigger hole in there. Make sure that the hole is wider than the donut thickness, but I'm going to make it a little bit more wider. When you turn it on the side, make sure that the hole is still visible. Now we're going to go to the map art, go to the none and select the new symbol. And I'm going to scale it up, also press Shift and also scale the right side. I'm going to click OK. And as you can see, this side looks weird. So I'm going to rotate until it's going to disappear. Now it's pretty good, but as you can see, these two texts are overlapping. So I'm going to go back to the map art and I'm going to start repositioning it. And if it's not working, you also can stretch it out until they are going to match. I think this is going to be pretty good. I'm going to click OK, click OK. I'm going to press and hold Alt, create a new copy, and let's go to the properties, click on the 3D revolve, and we're going to need to rotate this into the opposite direction. So I'm going to rotate it from here, click OK, and I'm going to position it on this one, and it should go something like this. Make sure to have some space here, here, and here. From here, I'm going to select both, go to Object, Expand Appearance, and I'm going to rotate it. Now we're going to need to intertwine these, so I'm going to create a new copy, press and hold Alt, create a new copy, and I'm going to select the top one. Let's go to Pathfinder, click on Unite, and I'm going to recolor it, select the bottom one, unite it. Now let's select both, press Shift plus M, or you can go to the Shape Builder tool here. Now as you can see, it has a lot of anchor points here and it looks like a dirty job, but the truth is you cannot create this composition perfectly in Illustrator or Photoshop. You're going to need a proper 3D software in order to do this. So we're going to do in Photoshop and Illustrator how we can. So what I'm going to do is just join these 3 shapes together and also these 3 shapes. Now I'm going to right click on group and I'm going to make another copy of this. And for this job, I'm going to need this bottom donut and I'm going to position it right on the top. Now I'm going to select both, right click and select make clipping mask. Now I'm going to delete this, select the 3rd copy, and now I'm going to select this donut, press Ctrl C. Let's go to Photoshop, press Ctrl V. Select Smart Object, click OK. Don't scale it up, we're going to scale it up a little bit later. Press Enter, let's go back to Illustrator. Now I'm going to select this shape, press Ctrl C, let's go to Photoshop, press Ctrl V, Smart Object, click OK, Enter. Let's go back to Illustrator, select the last shape, press Ctrl C, go to Photoshop, press Ctrl V. Now press and hold Shift and select all the Smart Object layers. Press Ctrl T, press and hold Alt, scale them up, double click Release. And I'm going to select these shapes and reposition them where the text donut is. I'm going to select the 2nd layer. Now this won't be perfect, unfortunately. Now you might say you also can create this in Illustrator, like make the shadings in Illustrator. That kind of shading with gradient is going to look even worse. You might achieve similar results, but it's way too complicated in there, so we're gonna simplify it this way. Now let's uncheck these shapes. I'm gonna create a new layer and rename it as shadows. Now press and hold Control and let's go to the thumbnail of the donut, of the top donut, and click on it. So this way it's going to select the horizontal donut. And from here I'm going to select the brush, make sure that you're on the black, and this way you can paint. Now you can see that this area is too dark, so you can go to the opacity and decrease the strength. And that way you're gonna have an easier job. Press Ctrl D and let's go to the other layer, press and hold Ctrl and click on the thumbnail. So this way it's gonna select the vertical donut and do the same thing. And there you go, this is how I made this complicated intertwining text donut here in Illustrator and Photoshop. Thanks for watching.